topic is about how to use subjunctive mood in a sentence. This topic is one of the confusing parts in English grammar, particularly in the use of the third person singular verb. And if you are planning to take an exam, this will really help you and improve your chance to pass your exam. Alright, how to use subjunctive mood. There are three moods in English grammar. One of these is indicative mood, imperative mood, and the other one is subjunctive mood. Now, the first two moods are the ordinary moods that are used every day in everyday conversation or in ordinary writings. But this one, the third one, subjunctive mood, is different. It is seldom used, but when the opportunity comes, it is usually somewhat confusing. Alright. Indicative mood is used to make factual statements and in asking questions. Ang indicative mood ay ginagamit sa mga ordinary sentences like declarative sentence or whenever you are making an ordinary statement or when you are asking a question. Example, he is honest. This is a very simple sentence and this is under indicative mood. And this is a factual statement. When you say he is honest, that is a fact. Alright, another one is in asking questions, like this one. Is he honest? Alright, that is a question. Now, imperative mood is used to give order, command, or direction. Example, be honest. Alright, this is an order. Be honest. Another one is you turn left on the next corner. This is in giving direction. Like this one. You turn left on the next corner. Now, verb in the subjunctive mood is different from the indicative mood and imperative mood in two different ways. Dalawa ang pagkakaiba ng subjunctive mood dito sa indicative and imperative mood. Number one is, in the present tense, the verb in the third person singular in the subjunctive mood does not have the usual S or AS ending. In ordinary sentences, pag sinabi natin indicative mood, that is ordinary sentence, usually, if the subject is third person singular, palagi ang may kasunod na S ang verb or AS. Now, here is an example. Lisa stays. Alright, here, Lisa is as our subject and Lisa is in the third person singular. Kasi si Lisa ang pinag-uusapan. So, this is in the third person singular. Now, and this is also, now, for the subjunctive mood, I prefer that Lisa stay here. Now, notice the difference. Now, let us here analyze the difference. In the indicative mood, the verb here ends in S. Dito sa indicative mood ay nag-e-end siya sa S, ang verb na stay. But here, in the subjunctive mood, the verb does not end in S. Wala siyang S dito sa verb. That is the difference between the indicative and the subjunctive mood. And it happens only in third person singular. Sa ibang person, second person or third person, hindi nagbabago dito ang verb. But in the third person, palaging nawawala ang S or AS. Now, number two, in the present tense, the subjunctive mood of be is also be. While in the past tense, it is always were, regardless of the subject. Pag sinabi nating verb be, ito yung mga is, are, was, were. Yung is ay nagiging are, yung was ay nagiging were. But here, in the subjunctive mood, ang be, ang past tense niya ay palaging were. Hindi siya nagiging was. Palaging were ito. regardless of the subject, kung ang subject ay singular or plural, first person, second person, or third person, palaging where ang past tense ng verb na be. Example, they are not honest. Alright, our subject here is plural, they, and our verb is are. This is in the present tense. And this is under indicative mood. Now, notice here, the verb are is in the present tense. And then, I demand that they be honest. Pag ginawa natin itong subjunctive mood, using the word demand, this is the subjunctive mood, and then, be is our verb, ito na yung present tense niya. Hindi na siya are. Dito, they are not honest. Dito naman, they be. Ang are ay magiging be. That is in the subjunctive mood. Next, I was late. This is an example again of indicative mood. Was is our past tense verb. And then, another one is, if I were late, I would pay the penalty. Now, look at this. Dito, I was late, sa indicative mood, was ang verb niya. Dito naman, sa subjunctive mood, ang was ay magiging were. If I were late. Now, notice, the difference, dito ay merong gumamit tayo ng word na if. Sa indicative mood ay walang if. Our verb here is in the past tense. Where? Dito naman, I was. Kung ito ay ordinary sentence lang, wala itong if, at ang ating subject ay they were ito. They were siya. Pero ang subject natin dito ay I. So, kung ordinary ito, katulad nito, I was late, was ang verb sa past tense. Pero dito sa subjunctive mood, hindi tayo gagamit ng was. The verb is always were according to the rule. Regardless of the subject, kahit na singular or plural pa siya. Next, two general uses of subjunctive mood. May dalawang gamit ang subjunctive mood. Let us analyze this. Number one, subjunctive mood is used in clauses beginning with if or that to express an idea contrary to fact. Pag sinabi natin contrary to fact, malayo sa katotohanan o hindi totoo. Example, Kimberly wishes that she were a smarter girl. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya smart. Wish lang yan yun na siya ay smarter. So here, our subjunctive clause is that she were a smarter girl. Ito yung ating clause that determines that this sentence is under the subjunctive mood because of this clause, that she were a smarter girl. Now notice, ang verb natin dito sa past tense ay were ang ginamit, hindi was. Okay, this is our clause beginning with that. Another one, if I were in the program, I would do my part. Now, this sentence begins with if. And this clause, if I were in the program, is the clause beginning with if. Number two, subjunctive mood is also used in clauses beginning with that to express a request, a demand, or a proposal. Palagi nag-uumpisa dito sa that. Kung ang sentence ay nagpapahiwatig ng request, demand, or proposal. Example. Now, here are the list of verbs that are used before that clauses with subjunctive verbs. Hindi lahat ng verb ay pwedeng gamitan ng subjunctive clause. Ito lang mga susunod na mga verbs ang pwedeng gamitan. Say for example, ask. Yan. Say for example, I ask that Lisa be present here today. Yung ganon. Ask. And then demand. I demand that all students pay their penalties on time. Okay. Determine. I determine that. Ganon. And pwede mo na dito. I determine that all statements are correct. Okay. Insist. Ganon din sa insist. Move. Order. Prefer. Propose. Request. Require. And suggest. Karamihan dito, ginagamit ito sa mga meeting. Kapag ikaw ay may gustong sabihin, I suggest that. I prefer that. I propose that. I request that. I move that. Yan. I demand that. Ito pala madalas na gamitin sa mga formal meeting. At also when you are writing a resolution. Example, I suggest that Lisa write the article. Now notice, our subjunctive clause here is that Lisa write the article. Dito, ang subject natin ay Lisa, third person singular, pero ang verb natin ay walang S. Although it is in the present tense. Hindi, walang S dito kasi tayo ay nasa subjunctive mood. Another one, I propose that you be present at the meeting. Sa ordinary sentence, mula rito, you are present at the meeting. Ganon yon. You are present. Pero sa subjunctive mood, hindi na siya are. Ito ay verb be. Ito ay, ang gagamitin natin dito ay hindi na are pag subjunctive mood. I propose that you be. Yung are ay papalitan ng be. Okay. Next, I demand that latecomers be penalized. Again, itong be ay siya ang ginagamit kapag subjunctive mood. Pag ordinary naman, ay hindi be ang gamit, kundi yung is, are, was, yun ang mga verb be. Forms ng verb be. Say for example, latecomers are penalized. Were penalized. Ganon. Kung singular, latecomer was penalized or is penalized. But in the subjunctive mood, ang was or were ay magiging be. Like this one. I demand that latecomers be penalized. Another one, I request that the treasurer collect the penalties right away. Now, notice here, the treasurer is singular. Pag ordinary sentence ito, dapat ito may is dito. But since we are in the subjunctive mood, we do not add is at the end of the verb here. Walang S, walang AS. Okay. Now, here is a quiz that I want you to take time to answer to measure what you have learned in this topic. Now, we are going to pause for a while, and then afterward, we are going to give the correct answer. Okay, let me try it now. Alright, here is the answers. Alright, our direction is make a correction with the verb to make it appropriate for the subjunctive mood. And number one, if there were, yan, ang was ay magiging were sa subjunctive mood. I wish that ang was ay magiging were din. She treats her as if she, doon sa ating original sentence, was ito, dapat ay were. They moved at the meeting, yan, itong is magiging be postponed. He suggests that Shirley, yan, ordinarily, ito dapat ay may is dito, sings. Pero Shirley ay singular, and we are in the subjunctive mood because of the phrase that, at gumamit pa tayo ng verb na suggest, at then kasunod ay that, then this is under subjunctive mood, so dapat dito walang S. Alright, if you have learned something in this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, click the notification bell in order to be updated, and of course, please share also. Thank you very much for watching. See you again.